Nice.
That's a good start.
Yeah. And of course, yeah, Mike's deck doesn't have any punishment, so there's no worry about hard-hitting news. So you're a little bit less concerned. So Mike, pop in that Rashida, and we'll just be looking to get some more ice down now, I think.
Else, do you have a turning wheel on the runner side?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the HQ and R&D ice aren't things you can just bounce off of.
Yeah, indeed.
One of the cute little includes that I've been running in my smoke deck is one copy of Reclaim. Because it's happens quite frequently that, you try and load up turning wheel counters, or if you're throwing away your other two net markers, and then you get C-sourced and lose it, and you can use Reclaim to get it back, or you can use Reclaim to get back a program if it's been trashed or whatever. It's been proven to be fairly useful. We seem to have... Oh, Mike is
It's going to
disconnected.
disconnect. Yeah. Oh, hopefully he'll recover this okay. Yeah, and we saw reclaiming Adam earlier as well. It's nice for being able to get back logic bombs in that deck. So yeah, it's kind of a neat little card.
It's not as good as Clone Chip, obviously, but
Sure.
it does help you get resources back, or virtual resources.
Yeah, so might get some more ice and R&D and server 1, put something in here.
Kind of just shoring up and daring the runner, like, where is your paperclip?
Yeah, yeah.
Got a deuces. A deuce is mild.
And Bridgman ideally probably wants to spend these tacker bucks, I guess. So don't know whether we maybe see a run on HQ just to
keep him honest.
Yeah, and just to keep tacker from going away or
Yeah, true.
tag because the drip from tacker is quite nice in this matchup where you're going to be breaking ice all the time and your breakers are not that fantastic.
Another, like, really underrated card, if you're running the Conspiracy Breaker suite, that I'm surprised I don't see more of, is Takobi.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, I don't think I've seen it with Conspiracy Breakers much at all, but it's a real nice boost to strength. That's pretty cool. Oh, now it's Bridgman's turn to disconnect.
Oh boy. I'll just quickly check in to see if, like, Noah isn't doing any updates or anything.
Okay, looks like things are okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything going on in the background of Jinteki, as far as I can tell.
Good. So yeah, spending getting Black Orchestra installed, spending some tacker bucks.
Value.
Yeah.
And of course the Paragon trigger.
Yeah.
And a turning wheel counter. I mean, that's a pretty good value run.
Yeah. That's
Especially when you kind of know that you don't have to fear any sort of reprisal or hard to news.
Yeah, exactly. You can definitely run a little bit more freely when you know that.
Like paying into the mining accident here, because why
Yeah.
wouldn't you?
Yeah, Mike has plenty of money to soak that. Yeah, so third ice goes on the remote, advance twice.
Yep. The agenda scoring alarm going off.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, and
classic.
still no paperclip from Bridgman at the moment. So to likely be pretty safe because money's not great. Needs to find a paperclip. So yeah, this looks like a fairly safe score.
What mining accident is where mining accident is concerned, that's probably one of the greatest Netrunner props of all time that I'd ever seen, and I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Thomas Edie. Uh, had a newspaper printed, and then they ran archives. I think it was. I don't remember exactly what server it was, but I think it was an archives run. And then immediately from under the table pulled up this big newspaper, like the front page said, "Oh no, there's been an accident in the mines."
Oh, very nice. So Tim in the chat saying that paper clips in hand saw that off slot machine. I should pay more attention to these slot machine
Oh, yeah.
reveals. But yeah, that's good to know.
There's a Mamie. Got an Amakua done. I can't remember if Mike's playing IP blocks or not.
Yeah, I think he probably has at least 2 IP blocks.
That's kind of the toss-up nowadays. Is are you going to play gold farmers or IP blocks?
Yeah, but I think in this Glacier version, you probably have enough ice slots that the answer to that is why not both?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we see Clippy go in the bin there. So that's all breakers accounted for, and we know that there's a turtle on the way as well. If Bridgman decides that they want to install that.
I'm not sure how much that's worth right now, but they're both sitting comfortably on enough credits.
Yeah.
So what in server 1 you reckon that's Echo Chamber or Rashida?
Yeah, we've only seen one Rashida go. I mean, either is pretty good for Mike, honestly, because yeah, I mean, Bridgman can run and get through this server, but it's going to deplete their credits quite a bit. So yeah, but yeah, getting an echo, if Mike gets the echo chamber off now, that's pretty nice. Because we've not seen any NGOs used up yet, so there's the potential just to get Bridgman to just keep running install advanced stuff again and again and again.
All right, we got Mamie for more discounts and DreamNet installed, and it was a Rashida. So Mike just drawing up.
So I find it interesting that we have I mean, there's definite synergy between Paragon and DreamNet for the draw side of things, but we have, 2 companions, but we don't have Keiko as the console, which is obviously, kind of a credit a turn, the same as Paragon. But yeah, I guess the draw filtering from Paragon combined with DreamNet is pretty nice for somebody that wants to run like Hishiko.
Yeah, that does make sense. I wonder if he's also playing Paladin.
Yeah, it would make sense. I think those 3 companions are certainly pretty strong. Fencer
Paladin
is
is personally
is
my favorite.
yeah, Paladin is pretty good.
Especially
Yeah, and I think it just
in the
depends on
scarcity
the
meta that it just gives you discounts to install things.
yeah, it's pretty
Hang
nice.
on.
So we see another mining accident off the slot machine here.
There's another paperclip in the Black Orchestra, which he doesn't care about at this point. Getting some value off of Taka. And then the
Yeah.
Paragon and another turning wheel and DreamNet.
Yeah, it's just some good value from a run.
I mean, this just needs Data Sucker, and you have like
Yeah.
10 triggers every time you make
Yeah.
a successful run.
Yeah, we will wait for the sec testing and data sucker installs.
Oh yeah, John Masanori.
But this, this is nice getting these accesses if they're not too expensive, and just slowly ticking this turning wheel up is pretty good. And yeah, forcing Mike into another ice on R&D there.
I think one of the things that's worrying him is the hippo there.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
here we go. I called it.
yeah,
There's a data
yeah,
sucker.
absolutely. You were absolutely right. Yeah, it could be that this middle ice on R&D is something a little bit more expensive, that he would like to res, like maybe a surveyor even. And yeah, he's now gonna just protect it from hippo with whatever he's put on the outside there.
It could indeed be a surveyor. Or, yeah, I don't really know what else it could be. And if you
Of
just
course,
put something like an IP block or a gold farmer on top of it, sure.
yeah, because you probably want something that you don't mind resing and losing to hippo, because otherwise, if you're not going to res it, then they can just farm wheel counters off it. So that's also pretty bad. So yeah, a nice cheap piece of ice on the top of R&D is probably what you want.
Ideally, an IP block.
Yeah, that's a pretty good shout.
The other option is to hippo uh, the slot machine on HQ,
Yeah,
and then you can farm turning wheel counters off of that. But that's really expensive with Black Orchestra.
yeah, it just got a little bit better because he just got the first data sucker token from archives. So now that's that would be
Twice, I
better,
think.
but chose to use the hippo on that enigma. So I guess just wants to have archives open for these super value runs, as you say, Paragon, Data Sucker, Hashiko, DreamNet, all triggering on an archives run. So
I've also seen Amakua somewhere. I don't know if he discarded it.
no,
Yep.
so it's still in hand. And I guess is sort of saying to Mike, "Do you want to bother icing archives?" But
There we go.
Mike's gonna score out that second Bologna.
The victory is within grasp.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, I think if an echo chamber goes into server one, if he has one in hand ready to go, that remote looks like it's going to be pretty tricky.
A slot machine on top of whatever. Oh, it's a border control.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Taxing out on credits now. There's
Yeah,
another
Vesta's saying
ice
that
carver.
being a Bologna is good news for the runner. Yeah, I mean it kind of is. That's true.
Ending any
So I think
wheels. Love it.
yeah. So I think action before access is slightly broken on JNet, or it was the other day. So Mike just making it nice and clear rather than finding out that he can't border control.
Um, yeah. I mean, Mike's pretty firmly in the lead here, but
Yeah, I mean Mike's credit total is not fantastic, having rest this R&D ice. Um, but other than that, yeah, looks pretty good for him.
hmm. It's just quickly.
So we just see a
The edge
pause
of
in
our
the action for a
seats.
second. Yeah, speculation in the chat there about whether Bridgman accessed a Bologna off the top of R&D, but yeah, I think you just take it. Yeah, something trashable like a quest is possibly what the pause might be on.
Well, I'm going to be right back.
Okay. So Bridgman checking HQ. I wonder if he's going to plan to use some wheel counters here. Do a quick sweep. Yeah. Checking to see if there's an echo chamber in hand. Ah, he's found it. Yeah, that was pretty smart. So that probably saves Bridgman for a little bit. And Mike just drawing to find something to put in server 1. So Bridgman here with 5 credits. Notably no stim hacks used though, so quite a high chance of that in hand. But of course this border control at the bottom of server 1 means that he's going to need to get in here twice. Bridgman just taking a moment to weigh up what the best option is here.
No, I don't really know what your lines are, honestly.
Yeah, I mean this remote.
Seems very unlikely you got 5 credits that you can get through it.
Yeah. I mean, there's no guarantee that this is an echo chamber, of course. Mike drew 2 and then installed. So, if you draw an agenda, you probably put it in the server here as well. It's better there than being in HQ.
There's 2 Rashidas in the bin, so there's always that option.
Yeah, for sure.
Got a bunch of data sucker counters now.
Yeah.
And 10
And
credits. I mean, it's a possibility, but 1 click left. If that's the echo chamber, then Mike can just border control it.
Yeah. Then we're done.
Bridgman just hoping it isn't the echo chamber.
Yeah. Which is sometimes a reasonable line, and it's not. It's a Rashida.
It's the last Rashida. So I'm gonna go ahead and guess with 11 cards left in R&D, whatever Mike installs in the next server is going to be the winning agenda. Or the winning point, let's put it that way.
So another ice in R&D. Shuffles in Hedge, NGO, and Echo Chamber. So should now be 2 echoes in R&D.
We know if Bridgman is playing Rebirth?
I don't know. It's pretty common. I would probably play it in a list like this, but Yeah, I guess it just depends on how your influence shakes out because you have Paragons, but Paragon's only 2 influence, so yeah, I think you probably you try and squeeze Rebirth in here. It's pretty good. Once you've used Ashiko to get your setup, then being able to Omar is good, or if you're playing against Titan or something, being able to go to Kim is really useful.
We've seen 10 influence so far. 11 influence, sorry. Gonna say 12 because I'm assuming there's a third pad tap.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Uh, just 3 influence unaccounted for. Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah,
And
since
like whichever way this
maybe.
goes, Bridgman's putting up one hell of a fight.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is certainly a game, which is good. And Bridgman gonna go and have another look at HQ because there was a Rashida fire, so gonna see what's in there now.
It could be juicy, and these runs are honestly not too taxing. The scarcity could go again, and C2 cards with turning wheel potentially.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what Bridgman really needs is money. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm pretty sure that's not an NGO, but that's the winning agenda or the final agenda.
Yeah. So I guess we find out if Bridgman's been holding on to some stim hacks at this point.
Yeah, we haven't seen any stim hacks yet. That's true.
Yeah. I mean, still needs to get into server one twice, but pretty feasible. They have multiple stim hacks in hand at this point.
8 cards left in the stack. Yeah, I think that's a fair assumption. Easy break. They're bringing Enigma down to 1 strength with Ice Carver and breaking it with Turtle or
Yeah.
Amakua.
Yeah, and this is a good amount of data sucker and turtle counters. So this remote might not be as bad. But yeah, Patrick in the chat saying one might be double border control in the remote. This is the sort of thing you have to worry about, is how many times you actually have to run this remote.
Yeah, I'd bet on it. There's 2 border controls there.
Yeah, I mean Mike's seen most of his deck, so it's certainly possible.
Yeah. Ooh, we gambled. No,
All right, let's
there's a
see what
border
this
control
remote is
there.
made of.
Oh, come on. I'm not sure this is the correct line, honestly.
Well, I guess he has to just work with what he's got. Like R&D is difficult as well because of the border control there. Oh my goodness, double gold farmer. Disgusting.
People like this is all like super cheap, easy ice. I mean, as you guys mentioned in the last stream, it's with Percomus that it just taxes you out on really cheap ice.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm surprised that there's no stim hack here. Oh, he has a click
Yeah,
left. He has a click left. Sorry,
yeah, he does.
I thought this was
Yeah,
last click.
yeah, it's possible that he just thought he had enough to get in here once, force the body control pop, and then stim hack. But this Enigma is a little bit awkward now.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I mean, Mike has basically used up all his money here. So do you still think this is an agenda, or do you think this is just
Be an NGO.
an NGO? Yeah. But this was very good for Mike because, Bridgman committed a lot of resources to getting through here. Didn't manage to get the use of the border control. So that's yeah.
Yeah, it's really turned into a game of math, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's what these Asmari decks are basically, right? They're just like, oh, looks like it's math time again.
Mhm. So I don't know if there's any. There aren't really any clear lines for Bridgman right now.
No, this is another typical tricky situation that Asmari has managed to build up.
Headbutting into the. Uh, uh, um, yeah, there's an NGO. Headbutting into the uh, slot machine on R&D. Oh, on HQ, sorry. Could have been an option, but then you risk, of course, giving 3 credits over to the runner, or the corp, which is something you don't want to do at this point.
Yeah, and I think that HQ is probably pretty clean. I think it seems unlikely that there's much in the way of agendas in there, so I don't know that you get much value.
I'm not
Uh,
sure, to be honest. I think he's holding agendas, honestly.
I mean, it's possible. I
11
don't know.
cards left, and we're still missing 3 agendas.
Yeah,
Could have double access there.
yeah. But yeah, I think Patrick in chat saying, if he was holding agendas, he probably wouldn't have drawn click one there. He'd have just installed advance, most likely. But he drew and then I guess found an agenda with that draw, which he's put in there. And now he got the advance. But yeah, this is difficult. So R&D is, by the standards of Asmari, is sort of, well, I guess there's 2 agendas in there, so it's not exactly dense with agendas, but
If that's an agenda, I'm going to assume it's the Bologna,
yeah,
because
sure.
that would be pretty much unstealable at this point.
Yeah.
But let's see what
Yeah.
our Scandinavian friend can pull out of his hat. Like, if he wins this, it's going to be impressive.
Yeah, oh, for sure. I agree.
Ooh, and the turning wheel got trashed. I missed that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yep, was banking on it being another NGO, but there was the agenda. All right. So that crowns after 12 hours and 11 minutes of Netrunner. That crowns Mike Prosser from the UK. I don't know, where is Mike from, actually?
From Brighton right now.
Ah, I see.
So
Well,
slightly.
he gets the bye for this Store Championship, giving him first round automatic 2 wins on a regional of his choice. We'll have to see how regionals shape up with the global situation. But yeah, so big congratulations to Mike for winning on Hoshiko and Asmari. For anybody who competed today as well, that are still watching the stream, thank you all for playing. It's been a lovely day. It's been very gratifying to run this tournament for you guys. And yeah, you on the sign-up sheet, everybody provided me with an address, so I will be sending prizes next week. And I am probably going to sprinkle in some extra alt arts here and there. We'll see what happens, but yeah, keep an eye on your mailboxes, and thank you one and all, and thank you, Paul, of course, for commentating this entire day.
Oh, not at all. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for running this tournament. It's been fun to watch.
Let's hope we get a meta shake-up soon. I don't know where Vesper is, but also thank you, Vesper, for streaming this. It's
I'm here. Of course I'm here.
Really helped with the visibility. So
you mean that putting it on a screen where people can access it helps with visibility? Yeah, I agree. Thank you so much for running this. An absolute... I mean, I think everybody just deserves a big pat on the back and round of applause, because people have been playing... Some people have been playing here for a long time, and that's a huge achievement. Almost like a marathon, nearly. And also, Paul, you're an absolute champ for being here for the whole day with us and commentating this. Fortunately, all of us in the commentating booth had a bit of a break as well, so we could rotate this a bit. But yeah, huge thanks to everybody for watching. I'm trying to figure out, and maybe that's not going to actually work out, and I think it's actually okay to leave the players added. But we have, we have some folks. We have Bridgman interested in joining the stream as well, and I think that would be a cool thing to have them in the room if we still have the power to listen to them. I guess we do. I mean, let's have the winners if they can do this. Where's the stream chat? Indeed, very good point. Yeah, let's do this. Let's make this happen. I'm just gonna make sure that this works out. So let's just patiently wait. And what a surprise! As Mari wins the tournament, right? Like, who would have thought?
Yeah, who could have foreseen this?
I am glad that an Argus got into the top 4.
Yeah.
There's at least one corporation that wasn't Asmari. But yeah, absolutely, get the 2 finalists in here. We can ask them about their experiences during the day and their view on the meta. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, working on getting them in here. They're gonna jump in for a short while, so I'm just going to toss the music out of the window, and I have to set up the server a bitsy bit. And again, I'm just gonna leave you two to it, so to speak, because why not? I have to, make sure that you are having a good time here. We're still... Oh, Bridgman's already here, fair enough. And indeed, we had Bridgman already on the thing. Mike, welcome to the stream. Can you still look at the cards? Well, no, I'm not gonna ask silly questions. We're just gonna get everybody into the room, and I'm gonna leave you with Paul and with Clusterfox here, and just chat and tell us why the hell. My only question is, why the hell is Mari? No, I'm kidding. Of course, it's a very powerful, very efficient deck.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so I'm leaving the chat to the 4 of you. Go ahead. Congratulations, by the way, to both of you, because this has been epic in many, many different ways. So I'm gonna mute myself now, and I'm gonna leave you to it. I don't know. I think Paul has like a list of 15 questions, and Thomas has like some
Holy
things.
shit.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding. This is gonna be chatty and brief, I hope, for everybody's sake. But this really an epic achievement. So I'm leaving you to it. Go for it. Maybe the organizer should start, I guess. Clusterfox, over to you. And we lost him. Okay, Paul, over to you then.
Well, yeah, congratulations to both of you. Fantastic performances. I guess I'll just ask this very non-controversial question: which is the better Asmari deck, the kill version or the non-kill version?
I mean, they're both 44 busted cards, so it doesn't matter, right?
It sure seems that way.
I
Your
mean,
deck-
honest.
Your
Yeah,
deck seems
sorry, go ahead.
scarier. Sorry, your deck seems scarier to run against. Like, it was less attritional grind and more just terrifying, and you killed me both times, so maybe it's scarier. I don't know which is better.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's really hard to tell. But I don't know. I prefer running decks that have some form of punishment because just installing ice becomes kind of dull to me. But but yeah, I haven't played Glacier Asmar in a long time. I used to play it way back before border control was even a thing. And yeah, but recently I've only been playing this kill version, and it's been doing really well. So yeah, I don't know.
Well, it
I
served
guess,
you well. I mean,
I guess
you
the other
yeah, go ahead.
so the other good thing about the kill version is sometimes the games only take like 3 minutes, right? Which is kind of nice.
Yeah, there's that. I guess I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's harder for the runner to get going against the kill version because you constantly have to worry about hard hitting news.
Yeah.
It makes
So
the
you kind of-
scarcity much scarier for sure. Like someone's scarcity turns off your economy, and then dirty laundry is kind of just a bad card because you're going to die. Whereas otherwise, the scarcity is just like annoying.
Yeah.
It kind of weaponizes it more.
So yeah, so that is very dangerous. Like the runner becomes kind of boxed in immediately, but at the same time, like the inevitability of the glacier deck is like the longer the game goes on, the more impossible it is to get into the remote, and so yeah, it's really hard to say which is the best.
So, and you both have been playing a lot of Asmari recently, and all day for 12 straight hours today. What, in your opinion, is the best deck against Asmari? What's the most optimal runner deck to play into it? Mike.
I'm not really sure. I think for the Glacier, like just for the pure Glacier version, sort of depends what tech they're on, because some of the Asmari decks have Crisium. I think if they don't have Crisium, the pure Glacier version is quite bad against Apocalypse. And I think Apoc's possibly the best matchup. Otherwise, probably something like Smoke with Film Critics. But I don't know how either of those things rack up against the kill version, because they're both decks that are kind of poor.
Yeah. I I don't know. Like I've played against, like I've win so much with this deck that it feels like it doesn't have a bad matchup. Like it's actually hasn't lost 2 tournaments in a row.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we
14
were saying
games.
at the end of the game, right? Is neither of us
Yes.
lost with its day. You didn't lose with it in Barcelona. We
Yes.
both
So
lost
yeah,
to it twice
that's
against
already
each other's corps.
and in practice it's only lost twice. So I don't know, and I mean this version of the deck at least. The other version had some crazy stats as well. So I don't know. I haven't really faced a runner where I'm super uncomfortable. It used to be with the other version that I was a bit uncomfortable against Adam actually because of freedom through equality, and him looking at the top of your deck and also being able to bypass the surveyors with logic bombs.
That's the scariest game I had today, apart from the finals games against you, was also against an Adam with 2 freedom through equalities and a corporate defector.
Yeah, it was
That was
round
really annoying.
3, I guess. I think it was M Lodon that you played in round 3. That was a really close game.
That was really. I was really lucky the Stimpaks hit the freedoms, because otherwise that matchup's probably very bad for me. For the reasons you said, because freedom breaks the agenda asymmetry, and the ice is pretty bad against logic bomb.
Exactly. Well, I mean, in your deck you have border control, which makes a huge difference against logic bomb. Like it completely nullifies it if you have it on the remote. So as soon as he uses it, you're just like, okay, I end your run, and what you gonna do about it? But in my deck, I don't run border control in my deck, so there it's a lot harder. But then again, like almost no one plays Adam. Like it's very rare that you play against him. I don't know. And also, even if you do play him, he I guess he needs to see the agendas on the top and stuff. But I don't know. Maybe people should be packing Mad Dash or something in their decks too.
Yeah, that is actually something that's been brought up quite a few times today, is getting like that extra fake point off of things like freedom through equality, Mad Dash, notoriety, those kind of things.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard even to steal 2 agendas, but that would definitely help. And the question, I guess, is what's the best way to do that? Mad Dash, of course, takes up your restricted slot, and also you have it's kind of weak against border control again, because you run with Mad Dash and then they pop border control and you just take the meat damage. So I don't know. Freedom through equality, I guess, is good, and notoriety. What else?
I feel like Geist
Counter
would
String
be good
doesn't help.
against it. I think Geist would be good against it if it didn't have the massive scarcity problem. So, like, if Geist
Yeah.
could play a current, I think it might have good game against both of them. But scarcity is just savage against the Geist deck.
Yeah, exactly. That Geist, he is super scary when he gets, if he gets going. So if you don't get scarcity early on, and they get good draw, but it's very unlikely that they will get a bunch of tech traders really early on. That's like, it takes some time, and then you have time to establish the scarcity.
Yeah.
But yeah, if guys, I guess Geist is the matchup I'm usually most worried with my deck, at least, because again, no border control, so he can put boomerangs on the surveyors, and if you have the tech traders, it's like you basically run through everything for free, and it's pretty explosive, where you just install everything and then run. So that can be nasty, but usually you slow them down enough that it's not possible. And of course, there's the hard hitting use threat.
And it's like, what I'm getting from this is that scarcity is what kind of pushes Asmari above the curve right now. Like, if you think that if there was no more scarcity, that it would balance Asmari out a bit, or like, if you look at Asmari in a meta, in the current meta, what's the thing that's pushing it, or what would balance it?
Bologna's a nuts card. Like, Asmari was already a good card, a good deck last year, right? Like, Punitive Asmari and 6th Gender Asmari was a good deck with Degree Mill.
Yeah.
And with slightly worse ice. And then Uprising gave it a way better 5/3 and a new incredible barrier that costs 3 credits and costs like 8 credits to break with Paperclip.
Yeah,
I think it's just a card quality.
Yeah.
A card quality problem has just got up and up and up.
I think, yeah, it's a combination of different things. Like, first of all, the fact that you only need to play 6 agendas, that's already very good. And then, I mean, the ID itself is like, the effect is already very strong. Like, it usually gives you a lot of money throughout the game. I would say it's probably stronger than the Palana ability throughout the course of one game.
Yeah,
And,
it's on par with ECF, right?
Yeah, and also you get a smaller deck at the same time. So it's just wonderful. I don't know, and then all the ice is pretty cheap and expensive to get through. So it's many factors. But if scarcity wasn't there, that certainly would give runners, like, they could set up their scary engines much more quickly and maybe contest more easily. But I think Asmari would still be a thing. It would just like be maybe slightly weaker.
So I guess what I'm asking is, like, imagine just for a minute, you are in the hot seat. You are the lead developer or head of the MWL commission or whatever within Nisei. What would you, as an experienced Asmari player, what changes would you make to the card pool to balance Asmari out? That's kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah. That's really hard because I think, I mean, I have my experience of the ID, but then again, like maybe I don't have the full picture. So there's a bunch of different approaches you could take. Like one thing you could try is banning scarcity, I guess. Or you could, like, I don't know, restrict Asmari and scarcity or something like that. Or you could,
Presumably the scarcity ban has to go with corporate grant ban, because otherwise corporate grant is just heinous.
yeah, I mean that would be fine. But yeah,
Yeah.
just looking at it from that yeah, and you could also ban Asmari, but maybe that's a bit excessive. That's
Top, yeah.
yeah. I mean, but it's I don't know. The fact that the agenda density is so low is very strong, but it's not necessarily a problem. But yeah, the ID is above the curve. So, but yeah, I guess those are the options. So then you would have to adjust based on the, like if you weaken the corpse a bit, I guess perhaps as Mike says, you would need to get rid of some runner card.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, like it's a thing that's been going around quite a bit. Is that the general consensus is that it's a corp meta. I've been seeing that as well today, like registering results.
Yeah,
if it's a split, it's almost always a corp split.
It's always a corpse. I mean, in the last, I think my last 3 tournaments, like all of my splits have been corpse splits, I think. So so I agree. Even when I'm playing my more fun, less hard, try hard decks, it's been the case. So I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think in the entire course of the day, which has been a lot of matches, I'm not going to count how many. I think there were 3, maybe 4 runner splits, and everything that wasn't a sweep was a corpse split. So we'll see what the future brings, what Nisei brings us in terms of meta shakeup. I don't know, Paul, do you have any more questions?
No, I just again to say congrats to both finalists, and well done. It's a long, grueling day of Netrunner, and yeah, it's been good fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
both.
And congrats, Mike. Very well played.
Yeah, thanks, man. Well played to you too. Those games we played were all incredibly stressful.
Yeah, it was tense. So yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us. Oh yeah, go on.
Thanks for running everything.
I just want to quickly give Mike or Bridgman. I'm sorry, I don't know your first name.
I'm Finn.
Finn. If you guys want to give any shoutouts or want to plug anything.
I'm good.
I'm also good.
Okay,
All right,
this was your only chance.
All day. It sounds like you've been on stream.
That's a pleasure. This was your only chance to say, "Hey, I have an Instagram account. Please follow me" or something. So just say, "No more." This has been
be an influencer.
This has been an amazing marathon of Netrunner. We're reaching the end of the 13th hour, which is fun. And I'm gonna plug something because I can. First of all, there's gonna be a tournament happening in Switzerland in Bern online, obviously, but it's a Swiss tournament happening tomorrow, starting around 10 in the morning. So in around 9.5 hours, I would say, or maybe I'm doing something. No, wrong, 10.5 hours. Whatever. Don't listen to me. Just around 10 Swiss time, we're gonna be starting off, and it's gonna be streamed. So you're all welcome to join and watch it. I hope to stream it. Otherwise, maybe I'm gonna be just asleep and tired. We'll see. But yeah, that's gonna be it. And second of all, there's a charity tournament happening next weekend, run by Swifty, who was participating in this store championship today. And all the details are, of course, on Always Be Running, so do go there. Third of all, whatever the name of the new competition will be, but it's totally going to be based on Iberian Lockdown, is happening on the 30th of May. We still have May, yes, we're still in May. So anybody interested in that, keep an eye out on Always Be Running. I blocked a slot there. I'm going to be putting more information in there soon. And last and not least, I don't know. I mean, this was awesome. Thank you so much to everybody for playing. Well, first of all, organizing. Second of all, playing. Third of all, helping out with the stream and watching. This was an absolute blast. I had a whale of a time, but I think now it's time to bid everybody a great night or morning, depending on your time zone. And should we all go, hack the planet?
Hack the planet!
Hack the planet!
Hack the planet!
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Cheers. Thanks for organizing.
Enjoy. Yeah, have a great one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
take care. See you at the next one. Byes to everybody, and we'll be in touch. Yep, take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.